Is it free? I believe so. Pretty sure it is. All right. Live on YouTube. Listen, if there's one thing I learned about games by working on Shoot for Hire and just being in the space, don't listen to anyone that says one thing is more important than anything else. In my opinion, every part of the game is important. I bet you if Suit for Hire had a better art style, better level design, and slightly better animations, I think it probably would have sold 5x more, but I'm just not that good. I ain't that good. It's a skill issue on my part. I'm proud of it. I'm definitely proud of it. It's just, I obviously can see its shortcomings. I know where the shortcomings are. Oh yeah, I gotta fix this because it blocks the pathfinding. Big chunky piece of whatever the hell. Okay, let's see if that fixes that. Build pathfinding. Let's see. Yes, good, very good. Oh no, they can go up the window. Maybe that's not that big of a problem. My opinion is not the art style nor the anims, it's just the game type. I would disagree with that too, though, because time and time again, we are completely put off guard. We're like, wait, a game comes out and it's like that one genre where we thought it wouldn't do well. Well, guess what? It's doing really fucking well. So yeah, maybe there's a couple genres that are very hit or miss, or very hard to satisfy. But I don't think it's necessarily that. Obviously having a good idea is important. But in my opinion, I think every part of a game is important. Every part. The sound design, the music, the art style, the gameplay, the UI, the UX. Every little piece is important in my opinion. It's all important. It's gotta have that little, it's gotta have that sauce. It's gotta have that thing that interests people. I think games can make do without some parts of each element, right? Like it can ignore certain elements, but it definitely doesn't reach its fullest potential in some ways. Or it might not reach its full potentials. I don't speak in absolutes. I'm not a Sith. But I've always held the opinion that every part is important. I value other things above everything else, personally, but I do still think keeping in a balance with everything is good. All right. Good enough. Most important, though, is the font. Ah, yes. Comic Sans, you say. Comic Sans, of course. Of course. Ah, why yes, Comic of Sans. Now I gotta check the other levels if I fucked up anything there. By the way, fixing the other levels is going to be, not fun. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. Let's take a look at the dinner hall. No. All right. Okay. All right. All right, here we go. Okay. So now fixing these is not going to be fun because I stupidly chose to rescale them. Maybe I should revert this mesh until I fix all of this stuff. Yeah, maybe I revert it. Just so we can like scale things up properly and then adjust them once they're in the right location. You know what? I'ma do that. I'ma do that. Yes. Very good. Very good. Used 4 in Sufire? I did, yeah. I did use UE of 4. Can I take all these walls and scale these up too? I think I should be able to. And then maybe even the floor. Maybe even this wall. Okay, so now use transform box. I noticed something yesterday while I was doing this. I can actually take the Y, multiply it by 1.5. Take the other Y, multiply that by 1.5. Take the Z, multiply that by 2. I think I messed up the numbers. How's it going with 5? I think 5 is good. I think UE5 is pretty good. Maybe this is actually 2? I think that might be 2. And then that's 2. And then X is 1.5. Yes. Now, of course, we got some little fucky spots, but saves a lot of time. So this is 2, this is 1.5. I noticed that's the way to fix these. 2, 1.5. 2, 1.5. The numbers are for some reason inverted. I tried to fix that in my tool, in the transform tool. I can't figure out how to fix it, so I guess we're just dealing with it for now. Until I figure out a way to make that tool work a bit better. Yeah, UE5 is has been good. I would say it's been good. Is it supposed to be 0? Did everything move up? I think literally everything moved up. Well, that's good. And by good, I mean that's not very good. It's pretty bad. We'll fix that. Yeah, editing this has been pretty sloppy. It's been, how shall I say, pretty shit. I believe we've selected everything. Now I just have to move everything down. Close enough. Gonna be good in the end, though? It's gonna be sloppy. It's gonna be sloppy. It's gonna be sloppy. Just the way we like it. Sloppy just the way we like it. But I think increasing the size of these spaces is definitely... I think it's the play. I think realistically, it is the play. It's just a lot of work. Why is that facing that way? Let's just grab everything. Fuck it, we grab everything. We putting everything in here at once. See how perfect we got. Pretty close. Pretty close. There we go. Nintendo's gonna remaster Zelda Ocarina of Time in UE? Huh? They wouldn't do that. Is that resizable volume a custom actor? This one, the audio volume? I don't know. The only thing I remember when it comes to Ocarina of Time and UE is those fucking debate YouTube videos that are like, I remade insert whatever the fuck here. You know, you guys know what I'm talking about? The ones that are clearly just trying to bait for views. Begins with UEX. Oh, you're probably talking about the one to like resize all of my stuff. That is a custom actor, yeah. Here, aren't you baiting for views a little? Am I baiting though? Like, am I misdirecting people at all with my content? I would argue I'm not, but I could be wrong. I'll let you guys decide. I was baited to come here? How so? Because I knew you'd be here? I don't think that's how that works. You know, I don't think that's how that works. That's like saying you got baited into a McDonald's because you knew McDonald's was there. No, motherfucker, you just wanted McDonald's. You weren't baited. I'm napping in the corner. The coffee isn't very good here. You talking about in this space? Can you imagine drinking coffee in a hall like this and you're on a train? That'd be crazy. That'd be wild. Okay. Looks like this area is mostly done. I'm gonna have to remember to re-import these. Guys, I think this calls for its own task. The resizing of the trains. Okay, so re-import new window meshes and go back through levels and resize back to 111. Fix interior of laundromat. Add more details, add more bookshelves to library. Fix interior of cabin 1. Trello over Notion? I just think they fit different needs. I feel like they just fit different needs, you know what I mean? They're for different purposes. All right, we gotta widen tracks. Match tracks to, what do we call these? Under wheels. Widening the tracks can't be too hard. Fix station with larger tracks. Can we rename the game to Sloppy's Playtime? Dude, that's a great name. Is there a game called Sloppy's Playtime? There you guys go. There's an idea. There's a game title. Sloppy's Playtime is crazy. Sloppy's Playtime. That's probably being used right now. I would not doubt someone's using that. I would not doubt someone's using that. It's too good of a name. Okay. What are some other things we're gonna have to do in here? So, fix the interior of the laundromat, add more bookshelves to the library, fix interior cabin 1, widen the tracks, match the tracks to under wheels, fix the station with larger tracks. Okay. Well, off to the next car. Which one is the next one? Cabin 2. What is cabin 2 doing? Nothing. Literally nothing. But we got to do it. So, I guess we'll just select everything. We'll select the ceiling as well, and the floor. Make sure we're not missing any pieces. Okay. Transform box, and then we just gotta scale all these bad boys up. And apply. Luckily, this one was a lot easier than the other cars. Although, to be fair, I think this is literally just a duplicate of the other car. Just slightly different window positionings. Whatever, it's fine. Select everything that's on this side. Now I bring it in. That's not right. Why is it pointing that way? Oh, the electricity box is on a second floor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not good. Not good at all. Sure, we'll do that. The floor always has an issue with the scale not being perfect for some reason. And the ceiling. Okay. Oh, shit. Is that everything on this side? I think so. The weird thing is I don't think these are positioned correctly. Because the light is kind of clipping. The door seems like it's not in the right position. I guess we're going to have to test it to see if that's true, but... some stuff doesn't look 100% correct. We're also missing catwalks, which is pretty important. You know what, actually? We can do something fun here. And by fun, I mean something that will make my life a lot easier. I believe one of the other cars has all of the catwalks already placed. We can just copy that and bring it here, and I think it's cabin 1. Is this... are none of these the... Oh, great. None of these are... Is there no way of doing the selection box, but a deselect button? Whatever. I'm over it. Unreal. Unreal, you're unreal. Unreal, unreal. Where's the track? Where the track at? Not in here. I think it's in environment. Yeah, Phoenix, how's it going? There we go. Generated catwalk. We're going to replace these with generated catwalk. Aha. And then we'll copy all of these. Bring them in cabin 2. Cabin 2. Can't wait for Real Engine 1. When do you guys think the 6 is going to come out? The Unreal 6? Because they already announced it, technically. Hello. 5 requires 32 gigs of RAM. I don't even want to know the 6th. Dude, I tried... My partner booted up UE5 for the first time. Literally instantly within the first 2 minutes. She ran out of RAM. And then the engine just crashed. I don't know if it's a VRAM issue. I doubt it's a VRAM issue because we have our what's that command called to set your max like texture memory max or whatever, like the goal. I forget what it's called. Anyways, we have that at default, which I'm pretty sure is 1 gigabyte. I had to find spare RAM and put it in her computer. And I found out later, I put in 16 with 32. So now she has 48 gigs of RAM, which is a bit odd. I don't know how well that's going to do with, you know, the whole RAM thing. But now that was a desktop. And then I got a laptop, and I don't think I'm going to be able to boot up fucking UE5 on there. Yo, Cat Pie, how's it going? Yeah, so I looked around. Apparently there's some remote desktop software that you can use called like Parsec. So I'm probably gonna get some memberships for that and then just use that or something. I use Parsec daily. It's free. It's free if you use it for gaming, but technically if you use it for commercial stuff like making games, technically you're supposed to get the license, which I'm okay with. Like, that's fine for me. My only issue with Parsec is if you were to, let's say you went like on vacation or something. What if your computer isn't booted up? Apparently Parsec, dude, what is the button? Control H. I mean, I use it for gaming only. Right. 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 So yeah, I think on my laptop I'm just gonna work on the Suit for Hire DLC though. I think UE4 is perfectly fine. Dude, UE5 should not have to use that much fucking RAM. It is insane. Like, I understand we're in a completely different... It's 2026. The standards are very different than what they were, you know, 5-6 years ago. But, like, come on, man. Like, come on. I have 64 gigs of RAM. It's a little overkill for watching Twitch streams, YouTube. I think I have 64 gigs of RAM now. And I bought it pre-AI bullshittery. Man, what a privilege that was. Holy shit. Redeemed 5 push-ups. Yeah, all right. Okay, fine. I'll stop talking. Fine. Haha. I think that was 6. You get an extra one for today. But yeah, it is kind of ridiculous that Unreal, literally upon startup, you don't even have to have anything open. It just crashes. It just crashes. It's like, oh, hey, you don't have enough RAM. Oh, and then gone. November 2024 when things were expensive but not insanely expensive. Yeah. That's life, isn't it? I guess. I guess that's life, right? I suppose. Life, right? But you see, the older people, they had it harder than we do. You know, They had it tougher. They had to like take 7 buses to get to school. You know what I mean? They had to walk up a hill. They had to survive from boars. They had to like keep their toes warm, or else they'd get like a disease. They had to like do some, you know what I mean? They had to like fight off a demon. Us, I don't know, we got like inflation and stuff. We got inflation, that's about it. I can run UE5, Blender, Substance, Krita, and Google Chrome at once. Yeah, all right, motherfucker. You don't have to keep flexing, okay? We get it. You got a huge cock. Okay, we get it. Jeez. Man. Wear a shirt. Wear a shirt that says, I got 64 gigs of RAM. Like if you load up a lot of the assets at the same time, it eats up RAM and does stuff with some of the tools. We don't even like open, nothing was open. It just crashed. Unless we have something auto starting. That's so stupid, I might actually get a shirt like that. I have 64 gigs of RAM. Okay, Grim, good luck. I'm a closed Chrome, I need the RAM. Well, Godspeed, friend, Godspeed. Just opening shouldn't use that much RAM? I have no idea. The issue is fixed on desktop. I don't know what the issue is like on laptop, though. Is Chrome actually good? At this point, man, they all suck balls. Let's be real, man. Chrome is actively trying to kill ad blocks because we're going full circle. We're going straight back to ads. Apparently now on Netflix, to gain access to certain shows, you have to like pay extra. Like, we're literally just going full circle at this point. We're going full circle. Before you know it, people are going to be like, you know what? That little TV box where you could switch channels wasn't so bad. All right, let's go do the other cars real quick. You know, Buffalo, I have a question. Do you use physics handle component in your character to open like doors of your game, like the cabinets and all that? Yes, currently I'm using physics handle. However, the one problem with physics handle that I've experienced is, let me see. Yeah, the one problem with physics handles is it ignores the mass of the object. So I'm thinking of moving it to a physics constraint system instead, trying to figure out how to get that going instead, because that respects the mass of the object and respects the mass of other objects. For example, if you drag a box into a really big, heavy fridge, for example, it's going to ignore the mass of the fridge and it won't care. It's just going to push right through it, which really sucks. Really sucks. So I do use physics handle, but not for long because of that factor. Back in my day, you could buy a pack of cigarettes, a pack of matches, and gaming PC and still have enough to change to get the 15 buses home with £1. Euro, pound, that's pound, that's a pound. Back in those days, this is like real. Back in like 20 years ago, you could work for a year, buy a house, and you'll be fine. Nowadays, you got to work like, well, just don't even bother buying a house. You got to rent. You're renting forever. You are a renter forever. I was thinking to add pushing a cart in my project, but I would have that problem, I guess. Yeah, if you want it to respect the mass of other stuff, I would recommend trying to look into physics constraint instead. Renting has its perks. Yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I've been looking more into like the downsides of buying a house. It honestly kind of sucks. You got to pay annual property tax, which is in and of itself kind of like paying rent, just a little bit cheaper. And then you got to maintain the house, and then you got to respect any HOA if you have an HOA, which is, by the way, a scam in my opinion. It's, yeah, but renting also has its problems too, I would say. Renting has its own stresses. You need 2 lifetimes to buy a house. You say that as a joke, Phoenix, but that's actually literally what it is. You need, generally, most people that are buying a house these days, they have an assurer or an assurance, there's someone that's like under in the writing. They're like co-signing it, and it's generally like someone who's older, who's been able to build up, you know, credit and everything. So when you say you need 2 lifetimes to buy a house, you genuinely need 2 lifetimes, maybe even 3. Florida's doing away with the property taxes in your primary residence. Yeah, Florida's not a real place. Florida's not a real place. It's fucking fake. It's not real. What am I eating? Protein bar. Cookies and cream protein bar, which tastes nothing like cookies and cream. I want to build a home studio which requires a custom power layout and construction, so renting is very limited for me. Yeah, if you want to do any custom stuff like that, yeah, good luck. It's not happening. Uh-oh. This doorway is gonna increase in size. Well, this is problematic. So we can probably safely delete all of these and then bring them in from a different place. No problem. Solution 1, done. This will move out to here. Any other things on this side? No. All right. If you didn't buy a house 20 years ago, you're probably not getting one. If you don't have anybody to co-sign or financially help you, yeah, you probably wouldn't. You probably had a very hard time getting one, I think. Unless you like go really like in outskirts, or, you know, if you're not buying one here in Ontario, then yeah, you could maybe afford one. But you're still looking at, even in like the cheapest areas of Canada that still has internet, you're still probably looking at around like 300 to 400,000 Canadian dollars, which is basically fake money. It's not real. I'm in the wrong place. Well, I'm not actually, but... I have heard you can buy a 30 euro house in bumfuck nowhere, Portugal. I never trust those like really low price houses because they always have some strings attached to them. They always have some strings attached. Like, you guys hear of those like $5, €10 like Italian houses or whatever? They always have strings attached. I don't know about Portugal. If it's 30K, I don't know. But yeah, you are probably going to be living in the middle of nowhere. I'm sure it'll be very pretty, but like, how do you get your groceries? What if I need milk? The strings are no infrastructure, which for some, maybe they'd like that. Like, for example, I think the strings with like buying one of those really cheap Italian houses is, oh, well, now you got to fix the place and live in it. There's like rules. You got to like, I think there's like a rule where you have to fix it and maintain it. Otherwise you start getting charged by the government. Pretty sure that's some of the details that they have going on over there in those places. Listen, if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. You know what I mean? Like, I always follow that philosophy. If something is too good to be true, there's something wrong with it. Something ain't right with it. Bro, if you live in Italy, just go keto and drink olive oil all day. That's the only thing part of your diet, just olive oil. That's true for Japan. If you buy a cheap-ass house that needs repairs, you get fined out of the ass if you don't repair it. Cool. Nice. And then they have, I watched a video. They have extremely strict rules on... They have extremely strict rules on how you throw out things. So if the place is like abandoned and there's a bunch of trash in it, well, good luck. You have like 5 times more work than if you were to like clear out trash in America. Because you got to put like everything in respective areas and like everything. It just... I'm sure it's a great system, but it also fucking sucks balls if you're in that situation. They're really strict on how you like, what goes where, how dirty it could be, whatever. Yeah. All right, well, time to scale this up and see what fucks up. Let's go. Okay, so scale up the X by 2. Never mind, that was a joke. Scale this by 2. God, this is such a godsend having this. Okay, what? Okay. Then we need to scale this up. So now the problem is the doors are enormous, which, okay, question, chat. Do we... Oh, is the collision fucked in this thing too? Okay, surprisingly it's not. Do we scale up the doors or scale down the frame to be in... I think we scale up the doors. I think it'll look cool. It'll look cool. It being big and chunky. Nice big doors. Open the blast doors. Open the blast doors. Now, I don't think we can just scale it up like this. But, you know, fuck it, you know, whatever, fuck it. Scale out the player characters too? That's counterproductive. That doesn't solve anything. What the fuck? Okay. Then scale up the train again. Dude, I like your thinking. I like your thinking. We're gonna have to move all this. That's okay. That's okay. Everything's okay. That's fine. That's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. Sometimes you gotta put in the work, you know? And this is part of putting in the work. You just gotta put in the work. And then maybe puke. I don't know. Puking would probably be pretty good. All right. And then we put the text on the other side where it should be. Boop. Then we got to bring these lights up, which for some reason I cannot select similar, even though they're literally... Oh, guys, I think we need different lights here. Guys, I think this is not very good. All right, so here's another thing we need to fix. Fix interior of cargo car. Wait, actually, cargo 1. What did we call this? Cargo 1. Because cargo cars is this one. And we're also going to have to scale up this one. Now, I could maybe just copy paste, but there are some differences here. There are some differences. But we could just copy paste it. Like, if we look at the back wall, it's very similar, just with the air ducts. Uh-oh. Problem solved. Problem averted. It's because it was rotated. Anything rotated in this project hates me. I would say this is good for now. Good enough to pass on. Obviously, you know, as you can see, there are a lot of things broken here. What is this spotlight? I keep seeing this spotlight, and I have no idea what it's for. Whatever. Maybe one day I'll figure it out. Okay. These windows are going to be huge, by the way, for the player. But I think I'm okay with these windows being huge. That's fine. If anything, that's actually kind of advantageous for us. I don't want to speak anymore. Okay, so. Hear me out. Are these the exact same window placements? Because if they are, we could just delete we could take these, delete these, swap them out with the new ones. We could also, I'm in the wrong place. We could also take the back wall. And reuse that. This one's just the big industrial wall kind of thing. We could do that. That would resolve our back wall. That, or we just take everything and scale it up and not give a fuck. This we can delete, because what I'll do is I'll reuse the one from here. The doors, I could also delete. And the ladder, which apparently there is 2 of. Oh, one's for the... Right, one is for the other thing. Did I fix the positioning for the ladder in this one? Yeah. Basically copy-pasting whatever we can just save time on. Look at that. Saving time. I want to say this is a one-way pathway. That forces the player to go inside, which I think is cool. Is that a post FX volume? Which one? Which one? We have a bunch of different stuff in here. I think I'm going to delete some of these. The box around the crates earlier. The box around the crates. These are item spawn volumes. So basically it defines what kind of spacing is allowed in here. I gotta say, I don't really like this system very much because I have to manually place where all of the items can go, which is kind of shit. It's nice for some, like, fine-tuned stuff, like if it needs to go into a locker or whatever. But, not fun. But yeah, those are like item spawn points where items could potentially go. And then the size of that box basically is like, okay, what kind of items can fit in here, and then it'll filter out what kind of items will fit there. Only thing I don't like about that is I have to manually place those things. Not great, to be honest. Like in Tarkov, does Tarkov do the same thing? Is it different items in every car? At the moment, no. Everything is the same. However, I would definitely like to make it so there's different types of items. I think that'd be cool. Okay, now to do the annoying part. Target some places with specific loot tables generated per level. Right. But do they manually place where items would spawn? You could set up the spawn anchors using PCG and use a dynamic seed. I know I see PCG every time. Fatalist anytime some sort of problem is brought up. Have you thought about PCG? This could be a solution for PCG. Okay, by the way, there's a little bit of asymmetry here. I wonder how the transform box is going to scale itself. I wonder if it's gonna be more in one direction. I think it will be, looking at this. Uh-oh, we might have to do some hacky shit here. Oh yeah. Well, you know what they say. It is friendslop after all. I think that gap has always been there. Nice. Whew. Unify. How's progress been? Well, I chose to be stupid, and I have chosen to make the trains doubled in size. So now the train is double in size, which means now I gotta fix a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. Gotta fix a lot of stuff. Oh great, because we increase the size of all of this. Oh, okay. So yeah, progress is good. I think. A little rocky, but you know, that's okay. I'm 100% sure, but it's always at least picked from a pool of set spots. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they like set up the actual spawn points for items. I'm pretty sure. I feel like they are hand-picked because players always go to the same spots. I haven't played Tarkov in such a long time. Small locomotive hauling along a small town. Yep, yep. The engine will probably be the engine car will probably make it larger. I'm just not looking forward to doing that right now. Why doesn't that scale up the decal, man? There we go. We have so much fixing to do for all of these interiors. Oh man. Oh, I love this. He said, lying. Lying about not loving this. Honestly, this place could have a doorway at this point. Devlog from Road to Stock could be interesting. It's about randomizing the best, the loot spots. Wait. He... Wait a fucking second. He randomizes the loot spots by blowing up cubes from a location and then using those locations as the set. It works? I don't know if that would work unless you had like an open space in the center. You know what I mean? Like... How is Road to Vostok doing? Like, is it getting updated? How are they? I haven't tried it. Fix interior of cargo cars. We have a lot of work to do here. A lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. All right, so we've got... Do we have most of this stuff fixed up? Sort of. I see the floor is slightly not scaled up. So you guys are saying that by blowing up a actor here, blowing it outward, it can determine some natural, I guess it could be sort of natural spots where some item spawn points could be. I don't know if that would work very well for this game. I think I'd rather just use PCG. I think this would be a job for PCG. I think this actually would be a job for PCG. Pretty good way to do details as well. I did something similar for the zombie game, doing floor details. Definitely did something similar for floor details and whatnot. Like random junk being laid out. Yeah. But I never thought of it for an item spawner. It's quite genius. Gotta say, quite genius. Quite smart. I'm just gonna delete those. There we go. My life is easier. Wahoo! Okay. Let's see how all of this is looking. We haven't launched the game in a while. Let's see if it, if anything broke. Wouldn't that explode the CPU in game start though if you have a lot of loot to spawn? I think it's more so it would spawn... You would do it offline in editor to generate where the items could spawn, right? The loot... So instead of me hand placing the item spawners, it would be done through those cubes. Right? So I think it would be more so as a tool. God, I kind of love how the areas are kind of dark. Like, maybe not this dark, but like it kind of, it's cool. Look how big these doors are. I can't even open them. Guys, the doors are broken. Scaling up the doors has caused some issues. For one, they're moving together. I guess scaling up the actor, it does not enjoy that. Does not like being scaled up. Like, look at this library, man. Can you picture, like, bookshelves in the middle? Have that little thing in the middle that we were talking about? Yeah, dude. It's a vibe. Can't believe it's been 4 hours already. Brother, it's 2 hours! Don't debate me like that. Are items still spawning in here? Guys? Where's the items? What the shit? Did no items spawn in here? Oh, there's a piece of coal. Nice. Piece of candy. What's with the door sounds? What? What do you mean? What's wrong with the door sounds? Explain. Yeah, this place is, it feels so much more... Yeah, I think scaling up the world is definitely... Shit my pants, I did. This is because we scaled the shit down.
Almost at 6 years, hell yeah.
Much more room for activities. Yeah, I think it's a lot more room for, like, encountering monsters and whatnot. It also makes the game feel more grandiose. Can I open these doors? I can't. Those doors are fucked. Like, obviously we're gonna have to change all of this interior, but I feel like it's a lot cooler now. We can actually do... We have more space to do stuff, I think. With monsters and whatnot. Have you realized that you need to design more cars now? No, I know. On top of fixing all of these cars, we have a ton of cool ideas. There's the werewolf, he's stuck. I thought he just fell off the world. Never mind, he just did. I was trying to push like a bunch of buttons, and I clicked the wrong buttons, and then that happened. Well, what can you do? What can you do? You know, we also got to fix is the station. Great. Unsaved changes? Excuse me? The fuck? How many more cars do we got? The flatbed doesn't count because, well, it kind of does. We just have to scale this up. But we have to change some stuff on it. So I might actually do that in Blender. Yeah. I have to move those things. So I'm going to do that in Blender. Blender. Cars for the car, transport car. I know. I gotta, yeah, modeling those cars is not gonna be fun. Well, maybe it will be, because we could do some goofy, kind of cartoony designs that I think would fit the world very well. I don't think we're gonna do real life stuff. I think it's gonna be like goofy ones. But what we will need is being able to open the doors and the trunks and stuff like that, because we want the players to be able to like look through the cars for items. Okay, so now all we got is the flatbed and the office. Flatbed and office. That's all we got left. Hide from the monsters in the cars. Yeah, that would be one way of hiding as well. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Flatbed and office, I believe, are the last two cars we need to do the general changes to for the exteriors. And then I think that's about it. Cabin 4, we got to delete. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Fix clipping shelves in library. Okay, should be pretty easy. Okay. Okay. Oh man, this one's gonna suck. We can delete this. We can take the floor and do that real quick. Do the floor real quick. We got some blocking volumes. We can delete the catwalks because I'll just copy them from a different one. This we can just move over here. Okay. The audio volume, just multiply it. All right. Next up, the ceiling. I guess we'll just scale it up with everything else. The poop marks. we'll move to this side. I actually can't tell if this catwalk is supposed to be here. I think this is a one-sided catwalk. Okay, all right. I'm gonna actually delete that because I think we can reuse one of the other ones. And now we'll just scale up the nav mesh bounds volume. And then the final, oh wait. We have so much cleaning up and stuff to do on all of this. There's so much work to do. None of the ladders work. We're gonna have to make the ladders work. Oh, wowee. All right, well, you know, it just means we could do more interesting stuff with the office. I could actually get the cubicles in with like the separated like cubicles and everything. I think we could actually do it now because we have more space to play around with, which is what I wanted to do. That's perfect. Perfect. And then the big office area can be designed a little differently. It could be in a center area or something. And then we could have side offices. Yes, dude. Yes. We have so much more space to do stuff. Oh, I'm so glad we did this. It's painful. It's a painful transition, but so needed. Oh, so necessary. I don't know why these walls always have a little bit of a gap. We will have to fix that. There's always like one wall that has a gap. All right, we're definitely going to redesign the office. And I'm really looking forward to it because it means we have so much more potential to do stuff with this space that I'm really happy about. Very happy. We have so much more we could do with this space. Hello, I'd like to select the item spot. Thank you. Now it's gonna look like a space out of fucking Severance because like all the lights and all the things are in like wrong places. Everything is in very weird places. Okay. All right. Looks okay. I would say the ceiling is a bit high though. We could probably lower the ceiling a bit, but that's okay. God, this window's huge. How big is this? Massive. It's massive. Humongous. I think I might change this window so that it goes a little bit higher up. Maybe we'll angle that up. And then that way the player doesn't get... They don't hit their head. Which kind of sucks. But it's so much nicer because I think even monsters can go through here now. Yes. Yes. I think there is a nav modifier? No. Why did that build the pathing very weirdly? Oh, now it's fine. What the hell? I don't see a nav modifier, so I have no idea what happened there. Anyways. Okay. And then the last one is just the flatbed. So we can actually re-import these window meshes. So we'll quickly re-import these, kind of like what we did at the beginning of the stream. And then set their scales to 1. That will now set their height to where we want it to, so then players can actually start seeing through the windows again, rather than looking like a toddler. Okay, so now we got to go through all of our levels and fix those. Weirdly enough, these are fine. These are not. That's fine. Okay, then cargo 1. Do we have any of those here? We do not. Cargo cars. Do we have any in here? We do. It's is this mesh not in the right position? I did notice it was slightly scaled up, so maybe that's what it was. All right, looks good. Weird, but that's okay. Dinner hall. Let's see, what do we got here? It should be as simple as just resetting the scale. Okay, good. Next up, laundromat. I guess we already did that to this one, it would appear. The library, any issues with the library here? No, because we don't use those windows here. Okay, good. And then office, which we already fixed. Yeah. Boom! 10%. 10% done. Which should be a lot higher, but 10% done. Okay, next up we have the flatbed. That is the last thing we need to fix up scale-wise. I guess for now what we could do is just scale it up here and then like kind of insane actually. I really hate having all of these pieces being separated. Like they should be all in one instance mesh, which makes my life so much easier when it comes to dragging this shit around. We'll leave the containers where they are for now. Scale up the nav mesh bounds real quick. And then go from there. Which version am I on? I'm on 5.6, I think. Yeah, 5.6. Damn, look at how much more space we could put containers and stuff in here. It's gonna be crazy. Okay. So, technically that's good, but technically not, because these catwalks are still kind of messed up. And then additionally, we also scaled up these pieces, which is not correct. So we're gonna have to Gonna have to make some changes. Going to make some changes. That's okay, though. This does, however, mean we can test out if the train properly generates itself, again, using the original array. Hooray! Let's see. Let's do a couple tests. See if everything is spawning in correctly. It's kind of crazy now. The dinner hall is super wide because this was a compensation to try to make the rooms larger. Now we just made the entire train larger. So it's kind of like really big. Uh-oh. I missed a little mesh there. Kind of want to see what this looks like, actually. There's a good variety of cars in here. My man's working on Engine Fall Part 2. No. This is Sloppy Toppy Friend Sloppy. Severance. Slash Snowpiercer. Slash your typical friendslop game. Slash Bioshock, slash Half-Life, slash Minecraft, slash Roblox, slash Lethal Company, slash... There's a number 4 just floating. The dinner hall looks kind of crazy. I have no idea how we're gonna do the lighting for this area. Uh-oh. I want to go. This area is too open. I don't understand why they're stuck on... Oh. They don't have any navigation on this catwalk. I don't know why. Let's see if he dives through the door. Oh, there you go. Ah! Ow. Hold on. I want to go home. Okay, we gotta fix the navigation there. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, so a big thing we need to do is the spaces can't be too open. That was a big issue with the original design. And the goal with the larger office spaces is to remove a lot of that open space. This area is cool, man. I like the... I think we should kind of lean into this lighting direction. It's like a little bit lit up, but not super lit up. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so which car was it that had that navigation issue? I want to say it was the dinner hall. Oh, I am seeing why. The nav mesh bounds... Oh wow, so interesting. The nav mesh bounds really does actually affect all of this stuff. I gotta keep that in mind. Hey, Wendy, how's it going? Criminy Cricket himself. Isn't that like a Disney character? And then this as well needs to be moved. Krim, has the train been bulking or am I crazy? We've scaled the train up. Nearly 2x. 2x in width, 1.5x in length, and 1.5x in height. And now it's much larger. It is very big. Scale it back down. No. I pumped steroids into this train. Super steroids. The space is going to feel so much nicer with the train being so much larger. More space to explore. More space to deal with monsters. Which was a big problem, what I experienced. Like, literally just having 3 monsters in the game with these spaces just did not bode very well. So, I think having a lot more space to play with is going to be a big improvement. And it allows us to do some really cooler, like, much cooler stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta fix these doors. Now they work? What? So now they work, huh? Alright. Yeah, there's so much more space now to do just about anything. Even the vents are larger now. We gave the entire train a BBL. Where's the employee? Oh, speak of the devil. Cool. Okay, dude, the much larger spaces is awesome. We have a lot to fix, but that's okay. It's a lot of level design. I feel much happier though now with the larger spaces. The audio volume system is going to need to be fixed though. Good about Elliot. Haven't seen this project in a while. It's looking good. It's getting there. Ow. Can you not get through the... No, you can. He is kind of creepy. He's a creepy little guy. Oh, I can't run anymore. I'm dead. We do have to fix that again, though, because I reverted that one change we made to his damage system. Yeah, one big fix is the audio system. Now that we've enlarged the space, I think all of those traces that we do are gonna have to be changed. Like, I think we have to make the length of the audio system much larger. Let's see if we could do that right now. Real-time audio diffusion. Distance trace is currently set to 650. What if we set it to 1800? Is that too big? Let's see. Hold on, I gotta pause the music because I gotta listen to this. My stream deck doesn't work anymore. That's cool. Oh, now it works. Look how huge this damn thing is. You ever see a tunnel this big? This tunnel is massive, dude. Look how huge the tunnel is. It's crazy big. Okay, so ideally we don't hear... I'm also checking how much the rays penetrate. This is a very basic system. I think we're going to probably make it more advanced. Because audio, I think, is a very important part of this project. Project looks so fun to work in. It's got its challenges, but I think that's what makes it more fun. I think if it weren't challenging and, you know, making me challenge my level design skills and everything, you know, what's the point? Huh? Huh? Here, it's missing a trace right here, which might make the audio volume play in that direction a little bit. So we have some work to do there a little bit. Oh yeah, it also hits the other train. Yeah, we have some improvements to do. Some major improvements we have to make on this. I think the rays, the traces should be much shorter if you're at the very edge of the train. I feel like that would make sense. So that might have to be something we might have to end up including in the system. Unless it is. It is. I see distance from edge. I see something going on here. Yeah. Maybe I increase the extent threshold to like 0.6 now. Let's see what that looks like now. So the train is now wide? Yeah, it's a wide boy. I think it already feels a lot better on the gameplay. This is enormous. So much room to build on, though? Yeah, we have a lot more space to do things, which I think was very necessary for the gameplay. It'll make it so items are a lot more spread out as well, which I think will be a lot better. Monsters are going to be a lot more spread out, which is very good. That was a big issue. We already have like only 3 monsters because we just have 3 variants. But yeah, could have also just made the character smaller. I don't know if that would solve anything, really. Uh-oh. Oh. Oh, he's got pathfinding. He's just getting stuck. Some of the NPCs are stupid, man. Like, the pathfinding is dumb. Do you not just do that by adjusting the scale? Well, all of the internal objects are still the same size. The interactable objects and everything, the same size. If I scaled down the players, I'd also have to scale down the monsters. And then I'd have to scale down all of the interactable objects. So, honestly, I think this was probably just our best bet. Yeah, physics objects would probably get real fucky if we make things too small as well. It was a pain in the ass, and it still continues to be a pain in the ass because we're nowhere near done on this yet, as you can see. That's okay. We're making good progress. Like, look how much crazier the library looks and how it will look. Like, we'll have, like, bookcases every... Ah, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited. This is gonna look awesome. Like, don't get me wrong. The first version looked cool. I think this version will look a lot more grand. Like, you have a lot more to explore, and anything else could go wrong here now. You know? Like a bookshelf slamming you and then turning you into a piece of paper. Fruit, 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 fruit. And then you walk around like... It's gonna be funny. Speaking of audio, looking into the Steam audio plugin. I did a little bit of research on the Steam audio plugin. But I heard that it's pretty rough on performance. Warka, thank you for the raid, man. How's it going? Hello, hello, hello. Warka, you have your release soon, right? For your friendslop game? Next Tuesday? Dude, I hope it goes well, man. I might be busy with family at that point, so I won't be able to message you, but I hope everything goes swimmingly. Soundscape's not, though. It helps a lot with ambience. I gotta look into that. What you're working on here? It's a co-op survival horror. Basically, all the players are like an employee of a big monster train. They gotta like keep it running. Just recently, we doubled the size of the train, so we're doing a lot of level design and environment art fixing. Oh, great. This is good. Nice. So, yeah. Doing a lot of level design stuff. But everything is this is the original width of the train. Because the engine car, we haven't adjusted the engine car yet. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I will. The amount of work it's going to take to make this engine car... the amount of work it's going to take to make this thing fit the size... Oh, I don't want to... I might leave the engine car the size it's at. The only problem is if we widen the tracks... If we make the tracks wider... Oh no. We might have to widen the engine car. We might have to widen the engine car. Whatever. Here's my take. We don't need to right now. I don't think it makes any difference to the gameplay widening the tracks currently. So I think it is within the best interest that we don't do that right now. It's fine. If it looks like this and it looks kind of like weird, it's fine. It doesn't matter. The more important thing is making the game work. Yeah. Then getting the level design, the interior level design and stuff down. But yeah, this is gonna look awesome. I'm excited. It's gonna look like a proper library. What the? All of the monsters are like broken. They're stuck right here. What's the concept? Co-op survival horror players are employees of a train. They have to keep it running while surviving from monsters, who are also the passengers. Yeah, that's the elevator pitch. That's as quick as it gets. What's my timeline looking like? You know, it's dynamic. Yeah, dynamic. That's the best way to say it. Is the terrain moving or the train? Oh shit, the window's too high. Which I think is okay for the library. The terrain. Everything, the world on the outside is what's moving, the train on the inside stays static. Which I think makes things a lot easier for us. Makes things a lot easier for us. Oh yeah, we're gonna fix that real quick. My stream froze? I thought you crashed. We gotta make this guy a little dirtied up. He's a little too clean looking, especially considering his injuries. His workspace injuries. Oh my god. Yeah, we have a lot of work to do. That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. That's part of the job. It's part of the job. Are there no lights in the middle? I guess not. Huh. Okay, we gotta disable the audio thing. Yeah, disable those traces. We don't need them. All right, well, we have a long list of things to do. Add more bookshelves, fix interior, widen the tracks. I think we don't really need to widen the tracks right now. I feel like that just causes pain and suffering at the moment. So, biggest thing is fixing the stations. We gotta fix the width of the stations. No problem. No problemo. In fact, I don't even know if we need to currently. Obviously for the future we would have to, because if I do this and then we teleport to the station, we're gonna see all of the cars clipping the buildings. As you can see here. Not very good. Actually not horrible. But if any items spawn in those areas, they're broken. My city has an alert about job scams. Apparently people are creating fake jobs to steal personal info. Yeah, that's been going around. That's been going around. We might not need to widen the tracks currently. Oh my god, should we, as a funny Easter egg, keep this train smaller? Because this is technically the small train. What's the spiky ball? I don't know, man. This is like a weird monsters world. It could be it's modern art. I don't know. It's modern art. It could have been like a meteor crash there and they just left it there and now it's like a exhibit of some sort. I don't know. You're asking the wrong guy. I think we keep the train the size it's at. I think it's funny that it's like really small compared to ours. How many people are working on this? I guess 2. 2 plus a third party who is working on like logos and whatnot right now. Put some blue guys on that thing. They're like running across it and shit. That could be kind of funny. You're asking the wrong guy, the literal architect of this world. I don't know, I just put things around and think, hey, that's pretty cool, and then go with it. Just like how goodbye has a missing O. And then someone thought this is AI generated. Do you think AI generated this shit? There used to be a penis on this D and B. Now it's 2 dots. You know, it kind of looks like a crab when you think about it. And it was really funny because the shopkeeper is kind of like shrimp shaped. He's like a shrimp. Damn, I really thought this shit through. Lore. People claim AI on everything these days? Out of everything to claim AI on, claiming AI on the sign. We modeled that on stream. I don't know which stream, but I'm sure you could look through all of our YouTube VODs. We got so many. If you guys were ever interested to see the very beginning of this project, the cool thing about YouTube VODs is they stay there forever. Well, at least for now, until Google runs out of money. But look at this shit. 1 month ago. 2 months ago. 3 months ago. Look. We're working on the sponge mechanics here to clean the windows. Oh, here's the sign. Wait. Is that us working on the sign right there? Yes, dude, right here. Literally found the VOD. Of us working on it. I've watched a stream of yours from 12 years ago, I think. Don't say that. You're making me feel self-conscious about myself. 12 years ago. 12 years ago is crazy. Been working on this for a long time. It's been like 5 or 6 months now. Like if we look back at that page, hold on. We can look through it real quick. Because I think we were also streaming, we were streaming the other game, which was like the first person thing, and I didn't fuck with it. And then we started working on this 6 months ago. Yeah. The rampant AI accusations will just lead to everybody using AI. Damned even if you don't. I'm not going to use AI. It's not for me. I don't care for it. Yeah, before this I was trying to make a first-person game, but I wasn't feeling good about it, and I felt like it'd be too much work to get it feeling in a good spot. 100 floors. Well, we scoped that out, so that wasn't the problem. It's just the gameplay just didn't. I don't know. I didn't care for the gameplay, the direction it was going in. I think it would have taken too much work to get it in a position where I felt good about it. How'd I summarize the game I'm working on right now? Co-op survival horror, friendslop, where the players have to maintain and keep a train running. That's about it, really. It was a mix of too much and too little, if that makes sense. Well, I kind of knew the direction it was going in. It's just at the same time, I wasn't liking it. Slap some Dishonored powers. Well, that was kind of some of the plans, but then I was like, where do we bring that in this game? So we'll see. Yeah, maybe I'll come back to it someday. Yeah, Dishonored mixed with roguelike kind of thing. With a... yeah, that kind of style combat system. And then it had magic. And it had bows. Just too much. Yeah, Risk of Rain was another inspiration. I don't know. Maybe one day I could come back to it. Make it like a $5 game. Still praying for Ronan to come back someday. Well, hopefully by the time I do get back to it, I'll be a much better game developer. Hopefully. Maybe. Hopefully, maybe. Maybe, hopefully. Maybe, hopefully, maybe. Can't get me in here because there's no pathfinding in here for some reason. You gotta remove that door. We're gonna change that container entirely because now we made that system, right, for the bolt cutters to be able to open doors. So here we can't open it because it's locked, but once we break it open, then we can open it up. So that'll be one of the mechanics of the bolt cutters. I wanted to be a game dev, but then college came in the way. Well, you know, you could always do it when you have extra time. Will that update the pathfinding? Yes. And we'll probably give them like a nav link or something in here. We'll give them something to allow themselves to go through. Why is the game's name is Friends? No, it's Train Rot. Train Rot. Ever looking for a game quality tester? I got you. I will probably, when the time is right, probably be looking for some testers on the Discord, so join up the Discord. I don't know if I put the Discord in the YouTube description. I probably should. I really should do that. The link should be somewhere on the YouTube channel, though, I believe. Is the train rotting the fail condition? There's no real, like, connection to what the game is with the name. The name, if anything, is more so just a play on words of brain rot. To kind of match the overall, like, vibe of what the game is, which is, like, this kind of goofy world and whatnot. There's not really any rot. There are going to be trains that have, like, an infestation. Like, they'll be infested with, like, slime and shit. Like, that was an idea at one point. But, Yeah. Where did I get all these assets from? Modeled them. My partner's been modeling some stuff as well. But we, yeah, we made most of it. I gotta make it so I can spawn items by just typing the number. Camcorder, cleaning sponge, coffee cup. We got a lot of items now. I think you should make a utility widget. I think I should just make it so I can spawn the number. This is awful. We have a lot of shit. A lot of mechanics to put in too. A lot of these things don't do anything yet. Anyways, here's my my junk pile. We got a crowbar, we got a walkie-talkie, a camera, a phone, hammer, whatever that is, coffee cup, a blunderbuss, energy drink, rubber ducky, air horn, glow stick, trombone. A whoopee cushion that doesn't work yet. Yeah, got a lot of shit, which honestly, we don't really even, like, I feel like there needs to be more. I feel like we need more stuff. I feel like this type of game benefits from just having stuff. Does the phone work yet? No, not yet, but that's gonna have a very in-depth mechanical system. Yeah, the doors are not too big of a problem with nav mesh because it's automatically spawns a nav link for the monsters so they can open the door and then walk through it themselves. So that's not too big of a deal. Yeah. A degree is like, I don't know. In game development, I don't think you need a degree. I think the only reason you should get a degree is if it's like a verified school where having a visa or having a degree makes it easier for you to get a visa, a work visa. Otherwise, if you're going to college to learn game development, now I imagine you're not going into college to do game development. I don't know. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't personally recommend it. I think it's a waste of time, personally. That being said, everybody learns in different ways, so I'm not going to impose my own way of doing things upon others. Everybody's got different ways of doing things. You have golden? Is this all the items I have? I'm going to take a little screenshot. I think this is all the items we have at the moment. So, screwdriver, we need to put the mechanics in. Crowbar, we need to put the mechanics in. Phone, this, walkie-talkie, sledgehammer. Bolt cutters, we started doing mechanics and animations. Bandages we have in. Flashlight works. Coffee cup, nope. This, I think, doesn't have any inherent mechanics, but it needs a sound effect for like sloshy sounds, which I think should be fun. That we need to put in. This mostly works. Whoopee cushion, no. Vintage record player. The idea with the vintage record player is you could find records around the world and then pull it up and then drag it onto the record player and it'll automatically start playing the track, which I think should be really cool. This also needs to be put in so you can start cooking things like the rats. Cooking the rats. Rats, rats, we are the rats. Do I have a degree? I do not. I got my high school degree. Does that count? Or diploma, whatever you call that. Who gives a fuck anymore? It's all status naming. I have a bachelor's degree. Whatever. Ball sack. Whatever. I get it. You're in debt. Whatever. I have my high school degree, that's it. Or diploma, or whatever. High school. I finished high school. Somehow. Somehow finished high school. How do I earn money? I sell games. Suit for Hire is my first release, which has done pretty well to allow me to go full-time, basically. Full-time being an idiot. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I can't wait to give all of these items different like impact sounds and stuff because I feel like it'll sound so good. This also needs sound effects. Schooling system is very good at making fun things not fun anymore. I think it depends on the school. Universities definitely, because universities take something so minute, such as like drawing and art, and they're like, yeah, let's talk about like the last 500 years of history of art. It's like, who gives a fuck? Is a client going to hire you based off of your knowledge of history on, oh, well, I know Picasso's art and I know the names and I know the year. Yeah, who gives a shit? The client doesn't give a fuck. They just they want the thing. I just find that so funny because my siblings went to art school. And I legit still remember the one day where I found out the stuff they were doing. Like, they were studying art books for art history. And that was one of the courses they were doing. And I legit asked them, I was like, is this actually the shit you guys are doing? It's crazy. Yeah, my studio's name is God Mode Interactive. Or the brand name, I guess. I don't know if I'd call it a studio. Anyways, good stream. Thanks for dropping by, everybody. I might not be on tomorrow or the day after because I do have family over. So the streams are going to be a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit everywhere. So, yeah. Yeah. Are the chairs behind you for show and tell? They're my the cuck chairs. They're to witness me develop games for those that find satisfaction in it in a different way. Anyways, am I gonna add a developer room where all the items are there? No, I'm too lazy to do that. Instead, I spend 30 minutes trying to spawn everything at once. Is it just me or multiple people? Currently, it's like multiple people, a couple people. Ugh. Ugh. Anyways. See you guys on the flip side. I don't know when that is because the schedule is going to be a little bit all over the place. It's going to be a little all over the place. Nice speech, but that's why you're bad at art? No, I'm bad at art because I'm just bad at art. Not because I don't know the history of Picasso. Picasso my balls. See you guys next time. Don't know when that might be. Might be Monday. Or something. I don't know. We'll see. I'll let you guys know on Discord. All right. See you next time. Goodbye. Thanks for dropping by. I'll post on Discord whenever I'll stream. I just got to figure out when those days might be. So yeah. See you next time. Whenever that might be.